Hi, so for my demonstration today, we're going to do brownies. Brownies are super yummy. The calories on them are going to be for 1/16 of the package. This is a serving size of 18 because it's the family pack, or family size. It's going to be 140 calories, 4% total fat, 4% cholesterol, 5% sodium, and 9% total carbs, and 1 gram of protein. Brownies are just super yummy, you know. They're a nice little dessert for after your meal. So I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 because I am using a 9x9 glass pan. So it has different requirements for different dimensions of the pan, but since I'm using a 9x9, it goes in for 41 to 43 minutes on 350 in the oven. So I've already pre-measured everything. First thing you're going to want to do is sanitize your hands. So I have some hand sanitizer here, or wash your hands. Just make sure that you're always clean with your hair pulled back and your hands are clean. So you want to do that. And you're going to pour the brownie mix into a pan or a bowl. I have this bowl. It has measurements on the side. It's just a good mixing bowl, a large mixing bowl. So it's this. You're going to put half a cup of water in. So I filled that up to half a cup. And then you have 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. So I have my vegetable oil right here. And you just pour that in. And then it calls for 1 egg. 1 large egg. So crack the egg. Egg in there. And then after that, you mix it. You can use a whisk. I like mixing with a whisk because it gets it all together in there. And this is like a good bowl because it's easy to pour with, you know. It says to use it for about 50 strokes, but it's looking a little thick, so I'm probably going to do it more than that. It's to stir until it gets to a good consistency, as you can see. The clear bowl. And brownies normally, just depending on what kind you're making, if there's chocolate in them, some has like chocolate syrup that you can put in. This is just the classic brownie mix though. And as you can see, it's getting thicker. And you just want to make sure all of it's mixed in really well. You want to make sure you don't have any eggshells in that because that would be a disaster. So when making brownies, you just want to make sure that you really mix it well and that you have the right ingredients and that you know what you're doing with it. So this looks like a pretty good consistency. So it says to grease the bottom of the pan now. So I'm going to take this oil spray. And you're going to want to spray all the way around it just so that there isn't any spots that don't have it. But you don't want to use too much. So just a good consistency with that. And it says to mix it some more. And everyone has their own way of knowing when your brownies are done. I normally let it go for the entire time. You have to wait for the oven to obviously preheat before you put it in, or else you'll have to really watch for it. But it's always really important to just watch for your food regardless of what you're making so that you don't burn it or undercook it or anything like that. I'm going to let all that drip from the whisk. And then I have a large spoon right here that I'm just going to get all of the brownie out from the whisk. Whisks are really good for mixing stuff. Once you get all of the leftover brownie off the whisk, you will want to, like I said, make sure that you have your make sure you have your pan sprayed so that it doesn't get stuck, and then you pour your brownie mix into your pan. It normally falls pretty well. It's not a big mess. You don't really have to, it normally evens out itself just because of the consistency of the brownies. But you want to make sure you get all of it out. You're going to make sure that you clean up your space. Make sure that your area is clean. Make sure there's nothing in the oven before you put anything in there. Because I have heard stories of people getting ready to cook something, and then as soon as they do, they realize that there was a pan in the oven or something left over. So you don't want to do that. Like I said, clean up your space. Make sure you have a clean area always when you're cooking. And then, like I said, it should kind of, even itself out, but you can always give it a little shake on there. Even it out. And then you're going to want to wait for the oven to preheat, but I've already preheated, so I'm going to stick it in. And like I said, this is a family pack, so this is supposed to be for 18 people. So you can cut this into 18 pieces. You can do 9 pieces. It says it's for 18 though, so that's pretty interesting. It says if you're using a dark nonstick pan, to shorten the bake by 3 minutes. But since this is a light stick pan, you're gonna want to just leave it in for the 41 minutes. So I'm going to put it in and set the timer for 40 minutes, and then whenever, there's the oven, it just preheated, and then whenever you get done with it, I normally just stick a fork in it, make sure the fork's clean. If it's not clean, then I put it in for about 2 or 3 more minutes, and then just check on that on every 2 or 3 minutes. But yeah, so this is my brownie demonstration, and that's it.